You know, these cars are, some of them are running with mufflers. It's become a very interesting option for this kind of automobiles. And earlier, Steve had a look at this new rule.
When the three associations get together here in Nashville, there is no muffler requirement. So last year, most of the ASA drivers who normally run mufflers whacked them all off. Well, this year, there's a reward for quieting your machine down a bit. You can shed 50 pounds of weight, but it's not enough to just run a muffler. The muffler is tested here on the backstretch. At 100 feet, it must not be any more than 100 dB. Now, this sound level meter is set at 100. A perfect 100 rating is 0 on this scale. Anything under that, you're safe. Anything over that, well, you can't lose those 50 pounds. Now, an unmuffled car is about 112 dBs, but that's not just 10% louder because decibel readings are logarithmic. Logarithmic. Look it up.
Well, I don't have my dictionary with me, but I got my frequency chart, and I'm going to try to call up number 85, Tim Steele, on our radio.
This is Brock Yates from Diamond P Sports. Do you copy, over? I got a copy, Brock. 10-4. Looking out there, Tim. I know you got a ways to go. Are you going to go in the high groove or low? Oh, we're just going to have to see what happens here. All right, good luck, my man. We'll be watching. Thank you.
Well, when you're outside row 6 like Tim Steele, you can't dictate the start. You've got to let it just tell you where to go. The green flag is out, and number 72, Junior Hanley, thunders down into turn 1 and over into 2.
All right on his rear bumper, though, is the 98 of Jody Ridley. The two front row starters establish a quick 1-2 position here as we head around to complete lap number 1. Ridley one more time up in that high groove, the one he really likes here at Nashville. But the red 99 of Dick Trickle trying to poke underneath down low on the apron as we head into turn number 3 on lap number 2 here.
And that fight up front is between Dick Trickle and Butch Miller for that second spot. Jody Ridley and the Thunderbird, again, going high like you say. That can be a problem if you get any traffic in front of you, though.
Ridley is falling back a little bit. He's already been passed by both 99, Dick Trickle, and now Corelli in the 6 passes him.
A quick check of 61, Ernie Irvin. He is in the 26th spot. Irvin followed by Jeff Neal. He has moved up 4 positions. That's pretty good progress.
Well, he's got a long way to go, though. Ernie Irvin in that distinctive black and kind of lime green number 61 automobile. You can see him up high there trying to get underneath Jeff Neal and makes it work. There is the two red automobiles we're going to see most of the afternoon. The 99 of Dick Trickle, the 52 of Butch Miller sitting back there now trying to run down Junior Hanley.
Miller nor anyone else I can see out there is pacing themselves. One of the drivers said earlier on, this is just a big sprint race. It may be 400 laps, but you run as hard as you can every lap. Now, Jody Ridley has slipped back to the 6th position. Paul Page is in his pits to find out from Brother Biddle why.
Biddle, he's been dropping back pretty steadily from the start. Is that part of the game plan, or you got a problem?
Well, we started on new brake pads, and he's having trouble getting them broke in. We didn't have a change to break them in. He'll be all right after a few laps to get them brakes working good.
All right, so we'll keep an eye on Jody Ridley from here in the pits.
As we'll go back to the race for 12, Tim Steele, Ted Musgrave in the 88, Rick Crawford, 14, 12, Steve Burgess going at it for that position. You know, Steve, Ridley has problems right now, according to his brother, because of the brakes. Oftentimes, we don't think about brakes being used in short-track stock car competition, but I'll guarantee you, these guys use these four-wheel discs all the way around on every lap here.
That's right. There's a lot of new brake technology. The short-track guys, some of them even using water-cooled brakes, where when they step on the pedal, it shoots a little water onto the disc to try to cool it off. And here is 14, Rick Crawford. He has now moved into that 13th spot, just past 88, Ted Musgrave. It's a surprise to me anyway to see Musgrave that far back.
It is. He has not had a particularly good week here, and last week in the qualifying races, he wasn't among the contenders. And Ted, of course, one of the fine drivers in the ASA ranks.
All right, here we see the race for 4th. It intervals back to 99, Dick Trickle, and 45, Dave Jackson. Trickle in that 4th position.
And here's the race for 6 between Jody Ridley in the 98, Rick Corelli in that number 6, 81 Harold Fair, the black car, and 84 Bob Seneker trying to get underneath Harold Fair right there. In fact, Seneker, if he can make it work, will take over that position. Yes, he does. So Seneker moves by and pushes Harold Fair back one more spot.
you can see why this event has attracted an overflow crowd here to Nashville Motor Raceway. It's terrific competition. Stay with us.
Back in Nashville, where the lady you see there intently watching the proceedings is Patty Seneker, the wife of current ASA champion Bob Seneker, now riding among the top 10.
And over in Jody Ridley's pits, his brother Biddle and the rest of the crew, they're getting those 11-gallon apiece gas cans ready, anticipating a pit stop. I think it's still a few laps away, though. There's just preparation going on.
Well, those cans, of course, a fixture in stock car racing dating way back to the 1950s when they were first adapted by NASCAR and are ideal, a very, very safe way to transfer fuel, considering the danger of that kind of procedure.
Junior Hanley still up front in the 72 car. Butch Miller right on his bumper, followed by David Green, number 8, Dick Trickle, number 99, and Dave Jackson. That's the top 5. 6 through 10, well, there's plenty of good names there, including Bob Seneker from Denver, Colorado, the number 6 car. That is Rick Pirelli, Harold Baird, Jody Ridley, Russ Erland. Any of them could win this thing.
No question about that, but there's a long, long way to go. As we watch the leader, the white 72, Junior Hanley, probe his way through slower traffic. Right on his rear bumper is the 8 of David Green and the 52 of Butch Miller. And Green challenges down low, but he may have his way blocked by lap traffic in that low groove. Going to be interesting. Here's a traffic jam coming off turn 4, Steve.
And this Tennessee crowd loves it as one of their own, number 8, David Green, has taken over the 2nd spot. He just handled that traffic of 09 Ronnie Thompson and the blue 71 of John Wilson beautifully.
It did look as if he was going to get blocked on that low side and Butch Miller was going to get around him, but not so. It was David Green that made it work. And now David Green is going to take a shot at the leader, Junior Hanley. Poked that down low a little bit on the turn number 4. Saw it wasn't going to work and tucked in behind Junior as they come down the back straightaway.
And Ernie Irvin is in the pits, the 61 car with the hood up, and this looks bad. The engine has been shut off. Irvin is still in the car. One of the crewmen is going to put a few gallons of fuel in it. Well, the hood is back down. But here at Nashville, you go a lap down about every 19 seconds. So this is disastrous for the Modesto, California Winston Cup driver having a busman's holiday.
Well, Steve, it looks as if possibly that holiday is over. Ernie is not exactly burning it out of the pits. I think he's just driving the car down toward the exit of pit, or the entrance of the garage area, and he's out for the day, I would imagine.
Yep, he's done. But not so the driver of the number 8 car, Paul Page, has this report.
Well, Steve, here in David Green's pits, they're very happy with the progress of his number 8 car. He just moved into 2nd place. He's been steadily moving up, didn't get the best start in the world. It's an old car, and they really expected to do pretty well here. In fact, there are a lot of people hoping for a victory.
Well, it's got one of the old-fashioned front clips on it. It doesn't have all the fancy suspension, but you'd never know it as he just about gets under Junior Hanley for the win. We're talking about David Green in the 8 car, Hanley the leader in the 72 car, and right behind them comes 52, Butch Miller, the 2-time winner of this event the past 2 years.
Junior Hanley from a suburb of Toronto comes down here once a year to compete in this race and has always done well. As we said earlier, dominated the show last year until the clutch blew out on him, and that ended his attempt for his first win here in the TNN All American 400.
Look at the red 52 car of Butch Miller go. He went right around the 8 car of David Green and now challenges Junior Hanley. Now you see why he's the 2-time winner here.
All right, nose by a nose, Junior Hanley keeps the lead, but Butch Miller is really attacking now. Sat back there for a while in 3rd place, gave up that position to David Green, and now just charged right past Green and is challenging very hard for the lead.
Ooh, and we're shredding some fiberglass against the wall here in Nashville. That is Newt Moore in the 16 car. You'll recall last week in one of the qualifiers, Newt had a clean spin on the racetrack right in front of Ernie Irvin, who did a great job of getting around him. But this time he collects the wall. The yellow flag is out, and we see number 84, Bob Seneker, idling now around the racetrack in 5th. The leader continues to be the number 72 car. That meant Junior Hanley, and of course with the yellow out, though, this field may pack up a bit. Brock has got up with Ernie Irvin.
Well, Ernie, it was short, but not very sweet. No, evidently we didn't get our problem fixed from yesterday. We thought we found it, but it developed a miss again, and it started fluctuating on the oil pressure. And with the dry sump system, that's not good. So instead of trying to take a chance of blowing the motor up, we have a better parking.
Well, it was awful good having you here. We'll hope you show up again next year and, you know, run a little more short track business.
I need to, you know, concentrate on my West Gut deal, but I want to work hard at running good here, too.
Well, congratulations. Great having you here.
Thank you.
Ernie Irvin, thanks.
All right, for some of these teams, and maybe most of the front runners, this will be a well-timed yellow flag. Let's see how many dip into the pits for service. The leader, Junior Hanley, is in, and the field follows. This will be some wild action on pit road. Even if you still had a little gas and a little bit of tires, you didn't want to take a chance on when the next yellow might be. Down on pit road is Paul Page. Paul?
So with the yellow out, it becomes the center of focus down in the pits now as both Jody Ridley and Junior Hanley come in. Ridley, who's been having problems with his brake pads, trying to get them beaded in, and he's fallen well behind. Well, on the other hand, Junior Hanley has been reporting tire problems.
All right. He is out away. 72, that's 84. Bob Seneca races him out onto the racetrack. But look at this. The 52 car of Butch Miller having problems. It has dropped off the jack. They had a jack failure, and that has radically slowed that pit stop. A bad, bad break for Butch Miller.
Hard to say exactly what happened in the jacking process, but indeed we saw the car slam back down. One of the crew guys alertly somehow wrenched the jack out from under the car, got it back up, got the tires on, and Butch got it back on the racetrack, but at some pretty tremendous cost of time. Okay, right now, Brock Yates is going to try to talk to Junior Hanley.
Junior, you had some tire problems a little early. Is it stagger or is it just more wear than you expected?
Just wanted to make sure that we wasn't going to wear them out too quick, so we just took in and looked at them, and they're pretty well wore down.
Okay, more than you expected at this stage of the race?
In about 50 laps, they'd be wore out, and it probably would have been 50, and they would have been wore out.
Okay, we'll be watching.
Okay.
And in Junior's pits, indeed, the crew is looking at those tires, trying to learn something for the continuation of this event. Just how many laps can they really count on the rubber on this hot, very dry day in Nashville, Tennessee?
So they continue to clean up the wreck in turn number 3. We'll be back with more racing from the TNN All American 400 right after this.